All right, here's the star of our recipe, the steaks. Now, after grilling several cuts of steak, we found that the well-marbled boneless strip steak was the best option. And you'll notice that these are very, very thick, about 1.5 inches thick to be exact. And each of these 4 steaks weighs in at about a pound. Now, the fact that we're using such thick and big steaks is no accident. The bigger the steak, the longer it can stay on the grill and develop that beautiful crust that we want. Now, first though, the steaks need to be very dry on the surface. Any moisture there will cause steaming instead of browning. Now, in the test kitchen, we found a great way to create a super dried surface was to coat the steaks with cornstarch. And this is a tablespoon of cornstarch, and we're also going to mix this with 2 tablespoons of kosher salt for seasoning as well. So, just combine them in a little bowl and stir it up. All right, so good enough there. Now we're just going to take a few paper towels and blot away any moisture from these steaks. They're especially wet when they come right out of the package too. Be sure to get both sides. Give that plate a swipe. All right, so now we want to put these steaks on a wire rack set over a rimmed baking sheet. Let me move this out of the way just for a second. There we go. So just transfer your steaks there. Give them plenty of room. And now we're going to rub that cornstarch and salt mixture all over the steaks. And you want to make sure that it's well covered and that you get all sides. Looks weird, doesn't it? And be sure to use all of that mixture. So go ahead and just work it all around the steaks. So that's that. Now we're going to put this tray right into the freezer until the steaks are pretty firm. That's going to take about 30 minutes. Now as the steaks sit in the freezer, well, of course they're going to get colder, but this will mean that the steaks can sit on the grill longer and get a better charred crust. Now also we put the steaks on a rack so that they can sit above the tray. That's because the salt is going to pull out some of the juices from the meat, and we don't want the meat to sit right in that juice and get soggy. So in the meantime, I'll go put this in the freezer and then we can head outside.